Hi, welcome back to John Company second edition solo playthrough. We're playing the 1710 scenario. We're on turn 4. The company is on the brink of crumbling. Let's see if we can make it through and survive another turn. We're in family phase. Chairman to go first is Crown. There's 5 vacancies, so they do get a free writer action. Remember, they're giving priority to vacant presidencies with no Crown writer, so a free writer in the Presidency of Bengal. Then the next free writer enlistment says if there's a presidential vacancy with no Crown writer, they'll use a free action to enlist another. There isn't now, okay? So last time they got 4 family pieces out. This time they're only getting 3 out. So it's their regular 2 actions now. And they're Peacock. So what does Peacock do? Peacock wants to buy a workshop, but they don't have any money. Peacock wants to buy a luxury. They don't have any money. So they're going to enlist 2 officers, same as last time. So the only advantage we have right now over the Crown is we're keeping them free of money. Now it's me, so I could go the 3 writers route. I also have no money. I can't enlist officers because of Lady Newcomb, so it is enlist writer. I think we're going to go writer in each again. 1, 2, 3. So remember, it's 2 because of my opportunity marker, the free writer because of 4+ vacancies. Firm phase, nothing hiring. Let's sort these in order. So 2, 3, 4, Director of Trade first. Crown hires, so it's first eligible office holder clockwise, so counterclockwise. There's only 2 eligible officers, so it's 1 of each. She's got a ton of promises, so nepotism rule says she's going to give it to herself and we have to concede for 2 promise cubes. So Presidency of Madras becomes Director of Trade. President of Madras goes in the vacant offices. This goes to the Crown. Okay, next, manager for shipping, chosen by the chairman from writers. So there's 3 writers to choose from. So again, nepotism, I get 2 promise cubes. AI card says to look at Madras Presidency first. So she's taken a writer from Madras to become manager of shipping. She's taken all the offices again. Military affairs, chosen by the chairman, consider commanders. There's 3 Crown commanders. So again, Madras gets priority. There's no nepotism this time because there aren't any player commanders. Military affairs. Now we could be paying 3 cubes now to make a decision for the Crown. Maybe I should have stayed chairman. It would have been a chance to show you chairman. But you know what? I was hoping that this was going to retire at the end of last time and I'd become chairman and show you. But maybe if we can get through turn 4 and we hit turn 5, I'll be taking the chairman role anyway. Right, President of Madras is chosen by the Director of Trade. There's only my writers available, so we are President of Madras. President of Bengal, she will choose herself. So another 2 promise cubes. She's choosing herself. I was tempted to pay 3 and have me be it, but I'm going to gather up those cubes. I want some favour. President of Bengal goes to the Crown. Okay, finally, Governor of Madras is chosen by the President of Madras. That's me. Candidates, consider writers and officers in this presidency. Writers and officers in Madras. So this time there's 2 writers and there is a Crown officer. So she will try to recruit herself into that governor position. But I'm going to play 3 cubes and have her choose me instead. I'm going to be Governor of Madras. Okay. Does that make sense? And she'll become commander of Madras. We'll put no army in Madras. Yeah, I think this makes sense. We want to extract money in this turn and see if we can't survive. Right. Crown Chairman, let's set the climate. Let's see what she does. It says the number of seas with 2 or more ships. So there is a bit of a swing going back the other way here. There's 1 sea with 2 or more ships. So 0 or 1, she's going to go lion. Lion tends to be, let's put more ships out there. Let's see what happens. She's going to lion, seek debt. Number of sea zones with less than 2 ships. She's going to seek 2 debt. Looks like 1, 2's 10. She's going to go a little bit more for the company this time. Just hedging her bets a little bit. Lion, £5 to shipping for each presidency with a... So she's going to stick all £10 in shipping. We don't want that to happen. So I want £3. Again, maybe this is why I should have been chairman. In Bombay. I'll spend another cube. We'll put £3 in Madras. And then we'll let her put the rest in shipping. So that's £4 in shipping. Okay. Promise cubes don't last long in this game. You have to win favour back somehow. And I can only do that with positions or money. Director of Trade. She wants to push a ship from a presidency with the fewest crown writers to presidency with the most crown writers. Fewest refers to having comparatively less or equal and something and includes 0. So both of these qualify. So a ship from Madras or Bengal to most. So a ship from here to here. I'm actually kind of okay with that, so let's let that happen. And then move a crown writer from presidency with fewest ships to presidency with most. She can't do that. A ship from presidency with fewest crown writers to China. She can't do that. A ship from presidency with most player writers to presidency with fewest player writers. So she actually wants to move a ship from here to here, and she'll move a non-fatigue ship first, Eliza or Thistleworth. Doesn't matter which, they're both equally as good as each other. So she's going to do that. There is an example here, if you're worried about transfers and what's a viable transfer and not. It does say you consider viable ships to transfer. Okay, and it gives you a little bit of presidency, the order to choose from. Alright, I'm okay with that, so she's transferred in my favour. Manager of shipping is going to spend £3 a ship to fit the Ganges. She wants to place ships in a Crown Presidency's sea zone. That's Bengal. So she wants to fit this one in Bengal. Military Affairs wants to transfer from Army of Presidency with fewest ships to Army of Presidency with most ships. So she wants to transfer from fewest ships is Madras or Bengal to the Army of Bombay. So she wants to transfer regiments first, I think. So these two up here. Okay, fair enough. Don't really want her to spend that money up there, but we'll see what happens. And then she's going to put officers in, she's Lion, so a Crown Presidency. There's only one Crown Presidency, and that's Bengal, so she's putting them both in there. Military oversight doesn't do anything because there aren't any player commanders, and that one gets promoted. Okay, so she's kind of spread things around. And Lion is kind of middling. She's hedging her bets all over the place as a Lion. All right, and that's kind of what we expect. Bombay then. So we've got a Crown Commander up here. And this is where we're in trouble a little bit because she's going to try and spend my money. She's Lion. If the Crown's army strength is 3+, she will attempt to purchase a local alliance, and we don't want to do that. It does require our consent. If we give consent, it'll we'll get a promise cube back, but we don't have to give consent, so we're just going to say no. We're the president, we can say no, it doesn't cost us anything. And it says here, it does require presidential consent, right? So we can let her if we want, but because we're president, we can veto that. Okay, and then will she deploy? She'll deploy in the home region, so she will deploy, but she's looking for 4 dice. She's only got an army strength of 3, so she's not going to deploy, which would open that order. It's a £3 order. No, we're happy with that. All right, so move on. President, that's me. We've got 3 ships. I could let all 3 sail. I've only got £3. So 1, 2. I mean, obviously, if they'd opened this, then I could have used all 3 dice and traded in there. But with 3 dice, 1 region, an extra region, yeah, I'm just gonna have to gamble a bit here. We're going an extra region, so it's only 2 dice for £3. And we're looking for a 1 or a 2. A 3 and a 2. Okay, good, good. We've got our 3. Now, we could grab a promise cube back by placing a crown writer, or we could take a pound. I think I'm going to do her a favour and place one of these writers. So we'll go 4, 3, 7. So that's 7, 3, 10, £14 for the company, £1 for her, and then 3 plus 2, £5 for me. Okay, 14 for the company, 1 for her, 5 for me. Well done, Bombay. Well done, Bombay. Madras. Army of Madras has only got a strength 1 army. She's not going to look for local alliances, and with a strength 1 army, that's not enough to deploy. She wants 4 dice. You can deploy in a company-controlled region, so she could deploy here, but it needs unrest or closed orders. Deploying in a controlled region will, instead of invading it, it will open any orders and clear any unrest. Unrest is a potential consequence of a governor. So let's see, what can the governor do? I'm the governor. A governor may take administer actions. The initial die roll is 4 dice. And we can keep doing this repeatedly. You just reduce a die every time. So we can roll 4 dice. If we success, we get to tax and give that money to either us or the company. We can place a regiment, or we can half fit a company ship. So if you half fit a company ship, you place that in the region, and if you do another success, you fully complete, and that goes in the C zone. If you fail, you place an unrest. Placing unrest, so these are the same as the fatigue cubes. Placing unrest in a region means that your region is more likely to fall to a crisis. If the elephant's in a company region and a crisis comes up, unrest adds to the attacker's strength, okay, the attack on the company's strength. So it makes regions more likely to fall back to India, and having regions fall back to India means region loss, right? The commander suffers, officers rout, governors eliminated, close all the orders, and company standing goes down. It's pretty disastrous when a region falls. So benefits are good for governors, but losing them, you've got to hold on to them. If you lose them, it's bad. Okay, so let's govern. Let's govern. Yeah, let's govern. In fact, I think we'll trade first. Because we've only got 1 ship. We'll spend all £3. We're only trading in for 1 open order. We do have a 1. We do have a success, so we get to place our writer. So that's £5 for the company to 19, and then 1 for the president, 1 for the writer, 2 for me. That is good. Thistleworth, you did great. So Crown's playing nice. We'll see how that goes as we move on. I should take a cue for placing that Crown writer in Bombay. Yeah, I forgot that. Let's see. Commander. Okay, Commander's going to roll 4 dice. We'll roll them. We're looking for a success. We got a success. It's a 1. So let me just check company expenses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, plus 5, 16. We've got enough to pay expenses, but not enough to pay a dividend. If we pay a dividend, that will be £4. 2. So actually I might just put that in the company. I'll put that in the company. The first tax you do doesn't place an unrest, okay? But if we choose to do it again, if we tax a second time, so they're like, the locals are like, oh, okay, tax us once if you must. But if you do it again, it will place unrest. So let's roll 3 dice again. Failure is an immediate unrest. Okay, we got a 2, so we're good. So this time I'm going to tax again. So we're going to place an unrest. And I'm going to take £2 for me. Okay, now we could push it and do it again if we really, really wanted to. I'm looking at the top of the event deck, it's ERRATA. Should we chance it? Let's chance it. We got it, it's a 2 and a 4. So I'm going to place another unrest. This is bad. That's like a 2-strength tower. And take another £2. But we're in desperate times here, I think. All right, I'm not going to do it again. We'll stop there. So we can choose to push and stop whenever we wish. So I could go again with 1 die, but I'm not going to. Okay. Governor is a very profitable position, you see. All right, that's Madras done. Presidency of Bengal. We've got Crown Commander. He's not going to look for local alliances. He wants a strength 3 plus army when he's Lion. That's fine. He wants 4 dice to invade, so he's not going to invade. Or deploy, rather. Trade. Will a Crown Lion trade? He won't, because there's no money. So no trading going on. Empty coffers. All right. China. Nothing. Bonuses. 4 for them, 1 for me. We could... No, to take back a shipyard, it's going to cost us 4 cubes. We've only got 3. We could give him £3, take 2 cubes. The Crown is short of money. We're a little bit richer. So them hitting the company like they did has reduced their coffers right down. But they're going to get £4 now. So they're up to 5. 1 for me for my shipyard. Revenue. So expenses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, plus 5 debt, 16. And we're on 21, so we're down to 5. Expectations were 8. We've only got 5. So company standing goes down. Expectations were 8. Company standing is a little bit weak. Dividends. Lion wants to leave £4 in the company balance. If it pays a dividend, it will be 4, taking it down to 2. So it's not going to pay a dividend. It's going to cost me 2 cubes to pay out a dividend. So 2 cubes for £3. No, I'm not going to do it. In fact, I need to get at least 2 more cubes from the Crown. So I might just run over here, actually. £3, £3. Give the Crown £3. Take 2 cubes. I'm up to 5. We're not having dividends pay out. This might be enough to just keep the company alive into turn 5. And we might see a company success. Alright, no dividends are being paid. If I give 2 cubes back, I'll get 3 in dividends. So yeah, I'm sticking with this. No dividends paid out. It would only been £4. So companies, it's not enough to push companies standing up. We've only got £5 on the balance sheet. Okay, we're moving out of the revenue phase, so it's the last chance to do anything here. Last chance. Let's see what happens. Events in India. Let's roll the storm die. 2 events, and storms in the west. We didn't want to see that. So let's do those 3 ships. Eliza first is a 2. She's good. York. A 6. The York sinks. That's hers. And when they go back to their shipyards, they go back unfatigued. Finally, the Neptune. This is my ship. A 4. So a fatigued ship. This is sunk also. All right, so Bombay might not be as profitable next time. What have we got? 2 events. First one is Maratha, and it is a crisis at +3 where the elephant is. That's Bombay. Oh dear. This is not pretty. Crisis from a sovereign empire. It's got an attacker strength. Its attacker plus its empire plus the modifier. So its empire is 0, 3, 1. So that's 4 plus the modifier. 7 versus 0. Empire expands. Successful. The attacker wins. Place a flag here now in this dome. This is part of Delhi's empire. And that's it. That's all it is. But what it means is now they've brought Bombay under their empire. Bombay's strength now is the combined strength of the empire. So it's not a 0 strength. You know, if the commander wanted to invade here now, they're invading a whole empire, which is a strength 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. That's 4 tower strength empire. Okay. Delhi's whole defense comes to the defense of Bombay. It's not going to be easy to create a governorship there. Now, imperial ambitions, when the elephant moves, it stays in Delhi, the capital. And we'll go to the circle, which is Maratha. But Maratha's already part of the empire. So we just go around clockwise, part of the empire, Boof, it's going to now look to Bengal. It's our first event. Second event is another crisis. So Bengal is now doing exactly the same. We've got an empire attacking Bengal. Strength 4 versus 1. This goes into their empire. This is now a fully formed empire. So you place it on the border, which is square, which is here. But instead of pointing outwards, it's going to point inwards towards the empire's capital. So, but there's a potential rebellion against this fully formed empire. That's both events complete. Parliament meets. AI card says second, but we've got to do the climate shift first. So let's count successes and failures on 66. Now, company standings at 0.12 now. And we've got 2 successes and 4 failures. So 2 successes, 4 failures. Is the number of successes greater or equal to company standing? Yes, it is. We shift the crown climate 1 position to the right. If the number of successes greater than company standing, it's not. So we don't shift it again. Is the number of failures less or equal to company standing? No. So it's going 1 to the right. So it felt that it was lying kind of middle in now. It's had a little look at company standing and gone, do you know what? I'm feeling a little bit bearish about this company. So it's gone 1 shift to the right. So that might affect how he votes. Let's see. So it was second position unless we get a dilemma. So first is industry subsidy. Workshops have become a little bit cheaper and the policy is tax. He's going to vote against. I've got 9 votes with my pounds. I don't think I can swing that into a pass. And I don't want to use my promise cube. So this is the one. Right of privileges. Okay, 3 against as well. Right of privileges. Players gain an extra £1 for each of their writers placed on an order. Oh, this would help me. Placed on an order in India. Yeah, this would help me. It works in my favour. If the right of graft reform laws in effect discarded, it's not. So voting starts at -3. Let's see which way is the Crown going to vote. Right of privileges. If the Crown has the most writers currently on orders, they'll vote for it. And they've only got 1. We've got 1, 2, 3. We've got 3. So they're voting against, which is kind of what we figured. They've got 4 shipyards. Yeah, that's not going to pass. So I'm really struggling to grab the power from the PM, aren't I? Anyway, we needed to do the policy shift first. So let's just check that. So it's workshops. So do they go to power or do they go to bonus? They've got 1, so either way it's going to benefit them because they're the only manufacturing icon holder. So we have to go to the AI card. The AI card says clockwise, so he's going to a bonus on workshops. So that was the policy selection. When the law fails, he's going to give power to shares or power to shipyards. He's going to give power to shipyards because he's got net 3, whereas net -2 on shares, and that has not helped. Oh, that's bad. Because I was holding on to these shares because it's power to me. It's power to me at the moment. 1 power for every share. I'd have to put all my money in to make this vote pass. Yeah, let me just think. So his bonus on, he's got starts at -3. He's got 4 votes against. That's 7. He's got a treasury of 2, 4, 6, 8. Treasury of 8 is an extra 2 votes. I'd have to put 9. I'd have to put all my money in for this thing to pass. I need this money for retirements. If I don't get any retirements now, I'm going to be cursing because the law's failed and we've got a power shift. So this goes up. See, at the moment I've got power for shares, and I was hoping that was going to swing me the power battle, but shipping goes up, shares go down. Now shares are worth diddly squat, and they're winning the power battle even more. This has scuppered my plans. The power battle is so tough against the Crown, and winning the PM ship this game has been tough because she's got so much voting power with her enterprises. I've got little. You need things like Ron Burroughs, 3 votes, to really be able to start swinging things my way. Now I've got an idea, but I was saving these cubes because I wanted to grab this. Remember, this is worth 2 power, but the way things have just gone, that's gone out the window. But there is a way you can influence the power game, even when you're not PM and even when she's picking bad policies. Policy marker movement for 4 promises. It's expensive. It really is expensive because it's such a weighty bribe. The Crown moves the policy marker to the alternate policy. So rather than going this way, we could pay 4 cubes. It's costly. Look at the way things have changed, but I can make it go this way. I think it's the only way I can stay in the game. Because don't forget that power. It looks like we're gonna make it into turn 5. Power tree. So the power tree was like this. We've forced her to say no. Do power shares. She's gone. All right. Okay. So shares go up into the 2 spot. Now my shares are worth 6 power. 6 power versus her 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's got 2 there, 8. She might lose the chairmanship at 6, 6. We've evened things up. She could change it again before the end of the game. That's the only thing. And I really wanted to grab that one because that was a 4 power swing. But I think this is just marginally better. Yeah, because to let shipyards go up, I mean, that's 4 power just there. Right, 4 shipyards versus my 1. If I do get retirements, there is some power here. That means giving up some victory points, hoping for lots of retirements. All right, that's it then. So law fails. Power is the power to shares is the policy. Okay, upkeep and refresh. Chairman's got to pay for her prizes. Upkeep's in this small circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She's got £8. That takes all her money. The 9th comes from the company balance. Special rule for the Crown, special rule for solo. I've just got to pay 1. That leaves me with £8. So I can get 4 victory points over there. And if I got the power, that's potentially 9 coming my way. That puts me on 16. I'm relying on final retirements. Ooh, it's going to be a tough game, you know. Okay, writers come back. These three back here. Got writer back here. We got writers not coming back, so she owes me oops, sorry, being president, where I've got writers that don't return. No armies exhausted. We move to turn 5 and we proceed back to the first phase, London season, attrition, retirement and prestige. Let's start with President of Bombay with 1 fatigue. Retired. That's a 6. President of Madras. Also retired. Governor of Madras. Fatigued. Right. We've got 2 retirements. Both my presidents. That does not bode well. I was relying on them and their pennies. Okay. Bombay and Madras. In you go. Crown next. So chair with 1 fatigue is a 6 plus 1, 7. That's out of here. Chairman's out. Director of Trade. He's also out. Manager of Shipping. Survives. President of Bengal. Fatigued. And lastly, Military Affairs. Survives. Okay, so he's got 1 retirement. He doesn't have any money, but he does have a discount from his spouse, a -2. So that is enough to put him in the game. My spouses give me -3. And I've got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I can go up to 11. 1 short. The Crown's not even got any money for me to take. 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to spend 8. Get a 3 discount 5. So I'm going to spend 5. And I was put in 2 4s, right? So that gives me 4 victory points. Put me up to 11. See, if I get the power, that's only 16. I'm still 1, 2, 3, 4 short. It is going to come down to final retirements if the company survives. Now, I spent the most, so I get first pick. And I'm hoping this is something. Yeah, it's got some power on here. Play during hiring. If you're a candidate, the hiring player must choose you. So we get to ignore the nepotism rule. So that's 1 power. Do I need it, or do I grab those 2 victory points just in case? Just looking at his AI card, it says middle, so he's going to take that 1 power if I don't. So do I take another spouse? Esther Summerson says you may no longer take or own blackmail cards. Any you currently have face down must be traded or discarded. I don't have any. And John Thorpe says you must, you may no longer purchase or own workshops. So I don't have any. I think I take John Thorpe. Let the 1 power go to her. It's another 1 swing to her. So I know she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Possibly another 1 in there because she's got 3 blackmail cards. Say 8. If I put 1 in here, I've got 2, 4, 6, 8. It might be a tie on power. If we're tied for power, we'll just get 2 victory points each, and that's nothing. Ooh. This is tough. Right, let's refill. There's another blackmail. A foundry. There's no victory points there. And there's just Rochester. There's 2 victory points there. However, we're in the final 10 of the game, and we won't hit another London season. We're going to go all the way around. We have a final retirement at the end of term 5. We don't grab any prestige cards, so they're kind of out of it anyway. This is it, folks. This is I've just got the governorship. I've got lots of stuff up for hiring. Oh, I feel like the Crown's just got the edge. Just got the edge. Join me next time then in the final episode of John Company 2nd Edition, and we'll see just how this game plays out. It's a close one.